everything you want as a creator comes from making the best videos possible and thumbnails. And thumbnails.
So that is why I'm going to be teaching you guys how to actually make good thumbnails. So first for the background. Okay, this one looks pretty good. I'm just going to right click, copy image, and then I'm going to paste it over here. Then I'm going to make it like fit the screen fully, and then I'm going to zoom in a bit more. Okay, I'm going to choose the background, then I'm going to go to filter, and then I'm going to go to blur, and then in blur I'm going to choose radial blur for this thumbnail. I'll keep the amount around 8 for this thumbnail, and then I'm going to like move this around a bit. So yeah, that should look pretty good for the background. In like most thumbnail, there's like a character covering half like the background, so like I'm going to get a character. I think this image should look good. I'm just going to come here, copy the image, and again paste it like this. And now you'll see like the outer background. All you have to do to remove it is right click and then click remove background. Now we have like the cutout of like the character. Okay, I think somewhere around here should be good. Now to make the character look better, I'm going to double click here, and then it's going to bring me pop up this, and then I'm going to probably like add a drop shadow. Then I'll go into settings. I'll keep like the distance something around like 16 for this thumbnail, and then I'll click on size, and I think I'll keep it around like 160. And then to like make the character pop out even more, I'm going to add a stroke here. So I'm going to double click here to go inside this, and then I'm probably going to keep the stroke around for this thumbnail something around 12. Actually, I think I'll keep it around like 11. Okay, so that is it for the character. So now for the most important part of the thumbnail, which is the text. So to get the text, you have to come here and click on this. And then you just like click somewhere on the thumbnail and type something, whatever you want. For now, I'm just going to type text. So now I want the text to be a bit more bigger. So I'll keep it around like 350. Okay, that looks pretty fine. Now what I'm going to do for the second word, I'm just going to come here, right click, and then I'm going to click duplicate layer. Now I have the second text. Now I'm going to come here and drag this away. So now for the second word, I'll keep like the text size like a bit smaller. So I'll keep it around like 240. And now to make the text look better, what I'm going to do is I'm going to come here, and then I'm going to double tap on this. What many people do is they add like a stroke, and then they make it black. So you can see like the text does look like pretty decent, but what I like to do is I like to keep the opacity 100, distance 0, and I put the spread to 100, and then I'm going to just like play around with the size like according to the thumbnail. So for this thumbnail, I'll use something around like 25 should be good. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to do the same thing for the next word. I'm going to double tap here, add a drop shadow, double click here, and then I'm going to keep the distance 0, spread 100, and then I'm going to play around with the size. I think I'll keep it like around like 24 for this. Okay, now it's time to choose what text I should actually put here. Fins are.
If you're an editor like
Best thumbnail. Okay guys, so with my big brain I've decided to keep the text as best thumbnail. So to change the text, I'm going to come here, double tap, and then I'm going to add the text. Best, and then I'm going to type thumbnail. Thumbnail. Okay, so that is it for our text, but I'm going to make the word thumbnail look a bit more contrast. So I'm going to double click here, and then I'm going to add a gradient overlay. It'll kind of add like this, like two colors combined. So I'm going to double click here, and then I'm going to change the color. I'm looking for something around like yellow and orange combined. So I'm going to come here for the first thing, and then I'm going to make it like a yellow. Click select it, and then I'm going to come for the second color, and I'm going to make it orange. Okay, so I think that would look pretty good. So I'm going to confirm it, click OK, and then like remember to save it. So yeah, the text looks instantly way better. Also another tip is when you're making thumbnails, click this. It'll split your thumbnail into like three parts in each side. So like you can see like this part of the thumbnail looks really empty. So I'm going to add like the Photoshop logo here. I'm going to copy the image, and then I'm going to come here, and then I'm going to paste it. Now you can see like there's a background, just like we did with the character. We can just right click and then remove the background. So now we have our Photoshop logo. I'm going to adjust the size and keep it in like the right area. Okay, yeah, I think something around that should be good. For now I'm going to make the image look better. So I'm going to double click here, and then I'm going to add a drop shadow, outer glue, and then I'm going to add also a stroke. Okay, and for this stroke, I'll keep it like white, and then I'm gonna keep the size around like 11, for example, for this thumbnail. And then I think I'm pretty like happy with the outer glow settings. I'll keep this like 60, like around 60. And yeah, that is pretty much it for the Photoshop logo. Now, if you look, the thumbnail kind of looks kind of mid. So like, what I'm gonna do? Definitely not copying Finzar, but like I'm gonna like add lightning in like the background. So I'm gonna come here and then I'm gonna go to type anime lightning. I'm gonna come to images. And then I like this image, so I'm going to come here, right click, and then I'm going to copy the image. So I'm going to come here and then I'm going to paste it, and then I'm going to double click here to make like the background go. I'm going to double click here and then go to blend mode, and something around like color dodge might be good for this thumbnail. So I'm going to click OK, and then I'm going to make the layer all the way back, but in front of the background. So yeah, now I'm just going to put in like the right position. You can instantly see like a major difference compared to this, and like this look instantly looks so much better. So yeah, that is pretty much going to be it for our thumbnail. So I'm probably going to leave it like this. So this is probably the thumbnail you guys clicked on to watch this video. So thank you. And also like another tip is like after you're done with making the thumbnail, is to zoom out and see, because like thumbnails and like mobile looks really like small. So yeah, that looks pretty good, because like I can see like the text clearly, I can see the Photoshop logo clearly, and I can see the character clearly. So yeah, that is going to be a final thumbnail. To export this, I'm going to click file, and then I'm going to go to export as, and then I'm going to export it as a JPG, because it's always the best. So yeah, and obviously like keep your quality 100%. Like as long as it's less than 2 MB, you should be good to go. You can rename it to whatever you want. For example, thumbnail, and then click save, and then you should be good to go.